Hello children, you are learning Unit 1, that is Nature of Physical World and Measurement. Today's topics are range and order of length, measurement of mass, measurement of time interval, theory of errors, and also few more topics. Shall we go to the class now?
Today's class start with table 1.5, which is range and order of lengths, size of object and distances. The fact value of longest distances and size of an object and smallest distance and diameter and size of an object, which is given in the table 1.5. So go through it. And for example, distance to boundary of observable units is 10 power 26. That means so far known distance of observable universe 10 power 26 meter. Likewise, radius of earth 10 power 7 meter. And also given small amount value, small values. What is small value? Thickness of paper 10 power minus 4 meter. And also diameter of the hydrogen atom 10 power minus 10 meter. Diameter of proton 10 power minus 15 meter. Likewise given. Also you have to go through it. That is some common practical units. It's very important, will help you next year. So I'll read all the things given in the are given under the some common practical units. Fermi is equal 10 power minus 15 meter. 1 angstrom 10 power minus 10 meter. 1 nanometer is equal to 10 power minus 9 meter. 1 micron 10 power minus 6 meter. Likewise, 1 light year is equal to 9.467 10 power plus 15 meter. 1 astronomical unit. 1 astronomical unit means the mean distance of the earth from the sun, which is given 1 AU is equal to 1.496 10 power 11 meter. Parsec. Parsecs clearly given. Parallelic second, the distance at which an arc of length 1 AU subtends an angle of 1 second of arc. 1 parsec is equal to 3.08 into 10 power 16 meter. Also given light year 3.26 light year. Don't forget it. You can get more knowledge. Do you know? Go through it. That means this is the measured mass, international 1 kilogram standard of mass, platinum iridium 9:1 cylinder, 3 is 9 centimeter. Go through it. You can understand clearly. We start or we go to the topic 1.52, measurement of mass. How can we measure the mass? Mass is a property of matter. It does not depend on temperature, pressure and location of the body in space. Mass of the body or mass of your body is defined as quantity of matter contained in your body. The SI unit of mass is kilogram. The masses of object which we shall study in this course vary over a wide range. These may vary from a tiny mass of electron 9.11 into 10 power minus 31 kilogram to the huge mass of the known universe 10 power 55 kilogram. The order of masses of various objects, which is clearly in the table 1.6. You can go through it. Ordinarily, the mass of an object is determined in kilograms using common balance like one used in grocery shop. For measuring the larger masses like children, this is 1.6 table, size of electron, proton, neutron. Go through it. It's a fact value. Go through it slowly. Now we move next para, that are planets stars and etc. We make use of gravitational methods for measurement of small masses of atomic or subatomic particles etc. We make use of mass spectrograph. Mass spectrograph is an instrument. It is used to find the mass of electron like subatomic particle. Some of the weighing balances commonly used are common balance, spring balance, electronic balance etc. Measuring. Measurement of time intervals. Isaac Newton and Albert Einstein given quotes about time. Time flows uniformly forward. Given by Sir Isaac Newton. Time is what a clock reads. Given by Albert Einstein. A clock is used to measure the time interval. An atomic standard of time is based on the periodic vibration produced in a cesium atom. Cesium atom is there in which the periodic vibration of particles which shows or measured the time or second. Some of the clocks developed later are electric oscillators, electronic oscillators, solar clock, quartz crystal clock, atomic clock, decay of elementary particles, radioactive dating etc. The order of time intervals are tabulated given 1.7. These are all the clock shows time interval. Now 1.7 order of time interval. Lifespan of most of unstable particle 10 power minus 24 second. Likewise, these are all the facts. Determined values. Go through it slowly. And final one is age of universe 10 power 17 seconds. 10 power 17 second means in front of 10 we have to put 17 zeros. Theory of errors important. It's an important topic in the examination point of view. Theory of errors. The foundation of all experimental science and technology is measurement. The result obtained from any measurement will contain some uncertainty. Uncertainty means we can't say clearly. Such an uncertainty is termed as error. Any calculation made using measured values will also have an error. It is not possible to make exact measurements in an experiment. In measurements, two different terms, accuracy and precision, are used and need to be distinguished at this stage. Accuracy refers to how far we are from the true values. Accuracy. What does mean by accuracy? How far we are from the true value. And precision means or refers how well we measure. Accuracy means how far we are from true value. Precision means how well we measure. These are all the difference between accuracy and precision. Accuracy and precision, detailed, we should understand clearly. Listen here. Let us say you know your true height is exactly 5.9 inches. You first measure your height with a yardstick and get the value 5 inches. Your measurement is hence not accurate. Now you measure your height with a laser yardstick and it gets 5.9 inches as the value. Now your measurement is accurate. The true value is also called theoretical value. The level of accuracy required for each application varies greatly. Highly accurate data can be very difficult to produce and compile. For example, if you consistently measure your height as 5 inches with a yardstick, your measurements are precise. The level of precision required for different applications vary to a great extent. The engineering projects such as road and utility constructions require very precise information measured to millimeter or 1/10 of an inch. If a measurement is precise, that's that does not necessarily mean that it is accurate. However, if the measurement is consistently accurate, it's also precise. For example, another example is given. You can understand clearly that is, if the temperature outside a building is 40 degrees Celsius as measured by weather thermometer, and if the real outside temperature is 40 degree Celsius, the thermometer is accurate if the thermometer consistently registered this exact temperature in a row. Thermometer is precise. Consider another example. Let the temperature of a refrigerator repeatedly measured by a thermometer be given as 10.4 degrees Celsius, 10.2 degrees Celsius, 10.3 degrees Celsius, 10.1 degrees Celsius, 10.2 degrees Celsius, likewise 10.1 degrees Celsius. However, if the real temperature inside the refrigerator is 9 degrees Celsius, we say that thermometer is not accurate. It is almost 1 degree off the true value. But since all the measured values are close to 10 degrees Celsius, hence it is precise. A visual example. The target shooting is an example explains the difference between accurate and precision. In figure 1.9, a shots are focused so as to reach the bull's eye midpoint, but the arrows have reached only around this point. Hence the shots are not accurate and also not precise. Figure 1.9b, all the shots are close to each other but not at the central point. Hence the shots are said to be precise but not accurate. Figure 1.9c shows shots are closer and also at the central point. Hence the shots are both precise and accurate. I will show this diagram. See this. First diagram shows not accurate, not precise. Second diagram shows not accurate, precise. But third diagram accurate and precise. This is visual example of accuracy and precision. Now we move next. Numerical example. What is given numerical example? The true value of certain length is 5.678 centimeter. In one experiment using a measuring instrument of resolution 0.1 centimeter, the measured value is found to be 5.5 centimeter. In another experiment using a measuring instrument of greater resolution, say 0.01 centimeter, the length is found to be 5.38 centimeter. We find that the first measurement is more accurate as it is closer to the true value, but it has lesser precision. On the contrary, The second measurement is less accurate, but it is more precise. Errors in measurement. Uncertainty in a measurement is called an error. Random error, systematic error, and a gross error are the three possible errors. First, children, it is very important topic. 5 mark question and maybe 2 mark questions. First one is systematic error. Systematic errors are reproducible inaccuracies that are consistently in the same direction. That means repeatedly this error takes place. These occur often due to a problem that persists throughout the experiment. That means this error will take place throughout the experiment. Systematic error can be classified as follow. First one is instrumental error. When an instrument is not calibrated properly at the time of manufacture, instrumental errors may arise. If a measurement is made with a meter scale whose end is worn out, the result obtained will have errors. These errors can be corrected by choosing the instrument carefully. Second is imperfections in the experimental technique or procedure. These errors arise due to the limitations in the experimental arrangement. As an example, while performing experiments with a calorimeter, if there is no proper insulation, there will be radiation losses. The results is error, and to overcome these necessary corrections has to be applied. Personal error. This is due to persons, individual error. These errors are due to individuals performing the experiment. Maybe due to incorrect initial setting of the experiment or carelessness of the individual making the observation due to improper precautions. Errors due to external gases. Change in external conditions during an experiment can cause error in measurement. For example, changes in the temperature, humidity, or pressure during measurements may affect the results of the measurement. Least count error. Least count error is the smallest value that can be measured by the measuring instrument, and the error due to this measurement is least count error. The instrument's resolution hence is cause of this error. Least count error can be reduced by using high precision instrument for the measurement. Random errors. Random errors may arise due to random and unpredictable variations in the experimental conditions like pressure, temperature, voltage supply, etc. Errors may also be due to personal errors by the observer who performs the experiment. Random error are sometimes called chance error. When different readings are obtained by a person every time he repeats the experiment, personal error occurs. For example, consider the gauge of the thickness of wire measured using a screw gauge. The readings taken may be different for different trials. In this case, a large number of measurements are made and then arithmetic mean is taken. If n number of trial readings are taken in an experiment and the readings are a1, a2 and a3 an, the arithmetic mean is am is equal to a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus an by n, or arithmetic mean am is equal to 1 by n, summation of 1 to n ai. Usually, arithmetic mean is taken as the best possible true values of the quantity. Now, another is certain procedures to be followed to minimize experimental error. Experimental error. Certain procedures to be followed to be minimize experimental errors along with example. Error analysis. Gross errors. The error caused due to the sheer carelessness of an observer is called gross error. For example, reading an instrument without setting it properly. Second point, taking observations in a wrong manner without bothering about the source of errors and the precautions. Recording the wrong observations, using wrong values of the observations in calculation. These error can be minimized only when observers is careful and mentally alert. Table 1.8, minimizing the experimental error. So just to go through it. Type of error, random error. Example, how to minimize it. Random error. Suppose you measure the mass of a ring 3 times using the same balance and get slightly different values, 15.46 gram, 15.42 gram, 15.44 gram. Take more data. Random errors can be evaluated through statistical analysis and can be reduced by averaging over a large number of observations. We should take more and more readings and finally you will take average value. Systematic error. Suppose the cloth tape measure that you use to measure the length of an object has been stretched out from the use. As a result of the length measurement are not correct. Systematic error are difficult to detect and cannot be analyzed statistically because all of the data is in the same direction, either too high or too low. Now, error analysis. Absolute error. The magnitude of difference between true value and the measured values of a quantity is called absolute error. If A1, A2, A3, an are the measured values of any quantity A in an experiment performed n times, then the arithmetic mean of these values called the true value am of the quantity, which is am is equal to a1 plus a2 plus a3 an by n, or simply am is equal to 1 by n summation of 1 to n ai. The absolute error is measured values is given by modulus of delta a1 is equal to modulus of am minus a1. Modulus of delta a2 is equal to modulus of am minus a2 dot. Simply modulus of delta an is equal to modulus of am minus an. Mean absolute error. The arithmetic mean of absolute errors in all measurement is called mean absolute error. Delta am is equal to modulus of delta a1 plus modulus of delta a2 plus modulus of delta a3 plus modulus of plus modulus of delta an by n, simply 1 by n summation of 1 to n modulus of delta ai. If am is the true value and delta am is the mean absolute error, then the magnitude of the quantity may lie between am plus delta am and am minus delta am. Relative error. The ratio of the mean absolute error to the mean value is called relative error. This is also called as fractional error or relative error. Thus, very important student, relative error is equal to mean absolute error by mean value, simply delta am by am. Relative error expresses how large the absolute error is compared to the total size of the object measured. For example, a driver's speedometer shows that his car is traveling at 60 km per hour when it is actually moving at 62 km per hour. Then absolute error of speedometer is 62 minus 60 km per hour is equal to 2 km per hour. Relative error of the measurement is 2. So 0.033. And another one is percentage error. Relative error expressed as percentage is called percentage error. Percentage error is equal to delta am by am into 100%. A percentage error very close to 0 means one is close to the targeted value, which is good and acceptable. It is always necessary to understand whether error is due to impression of equipment used or mistake in the experimentation. Thank you, children. We'll see you next class.